In this episode, we visit two of my absolute favourite islands in the whole world, Gili A and Gili Trawangan here in Indonesia. This trip will mark our 4th time on this island in the past 6 years, and I'm determined to show you all of my favourite spots, from the night markets to the parties to the swimming with turtles, the whole shebang. Every time we've ever visited these islands, we've left with amazing memories. So stick with us and I'll attempt to show you what the Gilis are all about. So you only have 2 options when it comes to getting to the Gili Islands, and listen up because I've done both of them. The first option is to fly to Bali and then take a fast boat across to the Gili Islands. Alternatively, you can fly into Lombok, you can take a grab taxi up to Bangsal Harbour, and then from there take a public boat. The Gili Islands are 3 small islands off the northwest coast of Lombok, which is the island right next door to Bali. From Lombok Airport we took 2 grabs, one to Mataram and then another all the way to Bangsal Harbour. So we just got to Bangsal Harbour and we paid 18,000 each for a ticket for the public boat, and here we are waiting in the shade, and I think it leaves in 5 minutes. Though the public boat is much slower than the fast boat, you feel far less seasick, you meet people, you have a real local experience, and it's so incredibly cheap. This boat from Lombok is not just used to transport people, but also to transport supplies for the islands, things like food and building materials and everything. Once we arrived at Gili A, our first stop was to get to the hotel, check in, drop 5 heavy bags, and start exploring on foot. The Gili Islands are part of Lombok, which is a very Islamic island, unlike Bali, which is Hindu. This means that 5 times every day, including in the night, call to prayer is blasted from the megaphones in all the local mosques, with them turned up to 11. For me, this is the sound of Gili.
Oh my god, this must be the main strip.
The Gili Islands are very unique in the fact that there's no motorised transport here. There are some electric bikes scooting around, but primarily you either cycle, go on foot, or take a horse and carriage if you've got big bags to transport. That said, these horses don't look particularly well cared for, and I probably wouldn't encourage using them. Now, every time we've been to the Gilis in the past, we've seen turtles, we've snorkeled with turtles, although that's always been in Gili T. Today we're in Gili A, and we're hoping to see some turtles. The clarity of the water here is the best I personally have ever seen. Safe to say if there was a turtle here, you'd spot him a mile away. Turtle Point on Gili A was not a success, but we'll try again. Watching the sunset behind the volcanoes of Bali is an incredible sight to behold, and Gili A does this the best of all 3 islands. Sit down on a beanbag, choose a cocktail, it's usually 2 for 1 around sunset.
That's actually pretty nice.
And enjoy.
It's strong though.
On the Gili Islands, much like in Bali, you can spend as much or as little on food as you want. We like to keep things cheap, so we eat at these local warrings, which means restaurant. Gili A is an amazing destination for chilling out, watching the sunset, going for some snorkeling and just appreciating being on a tropical island in Indonesia. Awesome place, but time to head to Gili Trawangan. Gili Trawangan, or Gili T as it's more often known, is the biggest of the 3 Gili Islands. It has a bit of a reputation of being a party island, but I can tell you I've been there 4 times, and yes, you can have a cracking night out there, but it offers so much more than that. Don't let that put you off visiting. Nearly every time you go in the sea there with a mask and snorkel, you're almost guaranteed to see a turtle. The vibe and the atmosphere on Gili Trawangan is probably the best that I've ever felt anywhere in the world. It's just a fantastic place to be, and the locals and tourists and everyone that lives there or visits there plays a part in keeping it that way. Gili T has far more foot traffic than Gili A or Gili Mino, but that's what makes it what it is.
I tried the night market areas on the left, isn't it? It's all covered. What? It's got a roof.
It used to be a nicely feeling open air night market, and now
It might still be nice.
This is our 4th time here, and every time we come, it completely changes from the time before. The first time, it was like fairly quiet. This was 6 years ago? Over 6 years ago. The second time we came, there'd just been an earthquake, and it was completely trashed. Like, the area we just walked past was just rubble, buildings were all collapsed. There wasn't much here. The pier where the boat arrived was completely collapsed into the sea. The third time, it was the same, except they started building the pier, the new pier, and now the 4th time, the whole new pier is there. It looks like it's been here for ages. There's a roof on the night market. I'm way busier as well. We like to stay in hostels for the first few nights when we arrive somewhere new, because it's an amazing place to meet new people, and from there we'll move on to nicer and better accommodation, but keep the contacts that we made at the hostel.
isn't it quite to make chicken nuggets?
I think that was a suspension. It did sound like chicken noises over here.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Gili T has a main strip, which is alongside the beach on the east coast, and that's what we're walking down right now. Out the back of this is where most of the accommodations are, and then across to the other side of the island, you have a whole nother vibe, a much more chilled, relaxed and slow going vibe. The east coast is also where all the best snorkeling is. I recommend staying on this side of the island.
Oh yeah. I don't believe it for a second.
Always has to look. It's the joke.
Oh, get it, I get the joke.
Do we have that on film?
Yes, we do, unfortunately. Historically, we've always seen turtles in this area, so fingers crossed.
This area is called Turtle Point, and it's on the north-ish east coast of the island. And straight away, like clockwork, is a turtle. Every time I've ever gone snorkeling here, which is a lot, I've always seen a turtle. Honestly, this place is just magical.
So far I've met one of my turtle friends, and he's gonna let the others know, so I'll be seeing them later today or tomorrow.
This is Regina's Pizza. First recommended to me 6 years ago by an Italian on this island who told me that it's as good, if not better, than the pizza back in Italy. I didn't believe him, I tried it out, and my God was he right. This is the best pizza we've ever had, and the chef is an Italian that lives here on the island.
This is a very fine selection of the greenest of all green cakes of Gili T. And cheese.
Okay, talk me through them.
Green cake with cheese.
Yeah.
2 green crepes.
With coconut, I think.
1 normal crepe with hopefully chocolate.
Yeah.
And 1 pudding with jackfruit.
Pudding with jackfruit. Go for it.
Oh, it's green.
Oh, that's the jackfruit pudding. Is that good? Bit of jackfruit. Bit of jackfruit.
It tastes so jackfruity.
jackfruit one. Tastes exactly like jackfruit. How did they do that? That's bloody good, right? Green cake with cheese. Stop filming. It's completely tasty.
Sometimes I hate you and I don't know when you make me do stuff like that.
Time for your taste. Take a big bite. You might like it. Cheesy green. You like it? No, we've been to Bali as well, yeah. That's 4 times in Bali, 4 times in Gili.
I mean, 12 in Bali. It's our second time here, man.
Oh, fucking hell, you showing us up.
Oh, he's so good here.
Just a tasty. Just a tasty.
We're headed back to our hostel to take part in a beer pong tournament. I was teamed up with a New Zealand chap called Sam, and he was really good and I was awful. We met 2 incredible Spanish legends in our hostel, Alexandro and Paloma, who introduced us to all of our other friends and made us honorary Latinos. After we checked out of the hostel, we checked into a hotel. Now when you travel as a couple, you can spend the exact same on a hotel as you did at the hostel and get such a quality difference. This cost us £20 a night, or about $25 US, and it was mind-blowing, but not as social. To end the day, we went to watch the sunset on the back side of the island. However, every bar was playing a different song on full volume and they were all clashing and it sounded awful, so we left. We headed back over to the best side of the island, the east, and we met up with our Spanish, Chilean, Brazilian, all of our friends that we've accrued up until this point, and we decided to have a cracking night out. And as always, it didn't disappoint.
So Lisa and I have met a guy from Chile who's put in loads of effort to arrange a private snorkeling trip with like 12 other people that he knows from the island, other backpackers, which is amazing. He's gone above and beyond. So we're here waiting for them. Hopefully they all arrive in a minute, and should be a bloody good day.
You got there, they were.
Oh, it's a glass bomb. Bloody glass bomb. Shit, sure it is. It's a karaoke boat, isn't it?
Oh, there we go. We have someone singing.
Yeah.
On this boat trip, we went on multiple different dive sites. The current was incredibly strong, and the people driving the boat weren't doing the best job, to be honest, but all of our friends made it such a memorable experience. Thanks again to Gonzalo and Paloma for making this happen.
Sailoring, ain't got no trailer of sailoring. Give man of me, by no man, give the road. King of the road.
Whoa! Nearly went in.
¿Cómo fue la experiencia? How was it, Lisa?
Terrifying.
Mixed opinions.
¿Qué tal?
¿Quién tiene el teléfono a la mano? ¿Quién tiene el teléfono? ¿Una foto todos?
Hola. ¿Cómo estuvo?
Aguante boca.
Aguante boca.
There are two petrol-driven engines on this island. This amazing-looking fire tricycle truck thing, and the garbage truck, which is also a tricycle. And with that comes an end to our time on Gili T. We headed to the ticket office to check in and to head back to the mainland Bali on the fast boat. We went out to the pier and worked our way through the crowds looking for our boat. And when we found our boat, we realised there was no crowds there. It's
quite
unusual because it cost the same as all the crappy other boats. So that confused us for a second.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Empty.
Just some stuff. Do you want to go check it out, Liz? Should we have a look upstairs and stuff?
Yeah.
So Lisa and I are going to Kuta, south of Bali. Nearly all the ferries go to Padang Bay or Sanur, which is east, like central east of Bali. This boat goes all the way to the south, which is 4 hours, which is a long time to be on a boat here. However, we're super lucky because a new company just opened up called Orion Prince, and their boat is 3 or 4 times bigger than all the other boats. It is brand new, and they had like an early bird offer thing on their website just to try and get customers coming in, and we snapped up the deal. So we paid 450,000 rupiah each to go all the way down to the south of Bali, which is exactly where we need to be, like where the airport is, which is virtually the exact same price as all the other boats, except they go to Padang Bay and then you catch a minibus. Last time we caught a minibus, when we last did that journey, the wheel fell off the minibus while we were driving, which was terrifying. And then we had to wait on the side of the road for about 2 hours until they brought a new minibus that we all got into. So screw that, this time we're on the fancy brand new boat for the same price. Because it's so new, no one knows about this company. So the only reason we know about it is because we saw the boat parked up and we googled it. Yeah. Our boat is leaving, there's 10 people on it, there's 172 seats. Thank you. That was a beast of a boat.
And with that, another adventure in Indonesia comes to an end. Time to head south to the land down under. This will be the biggest adventure we have ever done. We're really looking forward to this one, and we'll see you there.